Alright. A month at it again. But here we are, gentle people. Wagwan, Sanjae Uchiha here. Welcome back to the channel, of course. We are fastly approaching the end of the second month of the year. And of course, Boruto Two Blue Vortex, Chapter 7. Of course, as per usual, since it's a work day, I am late to the party. And since I'm stubborn, I want to wait for the official release. Yeah, pretty much that. I'm hoping things are looking good audio and visual wise on you guys' end. Let me know if anything. Let's see here. Yeah, I think we are Gucci for the most part. So not gonna waste too much time, so let's just get right into it for the most part. So Boruto Two Blue Vortex Chapter 7, the whereabouts of the sun. And you know, funny enough, thinking about it, this chapter compared to all the other chapters before, like for the longest while, I think this is the only chapter I haven't been quote unquote spoiled on much. Like I haven't seen too much like random panels of persons using this page as a thumbnail or something like that. So I guess that's the good part in the grand scheme of things. All right, let's get into it. All right, I am the moon hovering in the darkness. I'm trying to be Sasuke with no light of my own to cast, which is why I need you, you who are my sun. For as long as you illuminate me, I can shine too. If this was like some Jamaican parody, man, I said some money, man. Think me love, man. Anyway, and light up the darkness with my lunar glow. You give my life meaning, permission. Well, permission to live and be here. You make me feel that, Kawaki. I'm hoping in this chapter now, I'm really hoping we get more into the psyche of Mitsuki, because you found Boruto in a book and Orochimaru set up this elaborate scheme and you found your son, but it feels like we're missing something, right? But anyway, all right, going up against Boruto, Shuriken, snake block. All right, coming in with the snakes. Boruto jumping back. Close one there. Boom, boom, boom. Boruto dodging. I'm assuming that, yeah, Flying Thunder God. That looks like the kunai right there. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Yeah, it's been a while. I'm still here and kicking for the most part. Haven't given up yet. How are you? Alright, so yeah, we have Flying Thunder God. Where's Kawaki? I was expecting him to be talking to me, not you. What does it matter when I'm the one who's here right now? Kawaki's out cold, thanks to Mitsuki's snake venom. He didn't want you to catch on to him through Kawaki's Otsuki aura. Is what I was told. In short, Mitsuki's gone rogue. I think I understand your power level. It sounds interesting hearing that in a Naruto story. Like your power level sounds so Dragon Ball-esque. It must be way off the charts to make Code retreat, which tells me Kawaki is no match for you right now. Jano, the anti-Kawaki agenda is really serious right now. I can't let him get himself killed, no matter the cost. Don't, Mitsuki. If he doesn't stand a chance against me, neither do you. It's not even the confidence, it's not even arrogance, but it's just the man just dog, listen. I know disrespecting, but if Kawaki can't beat me, you can't beat me. And that's interesting because does that mean that Kawaki is stronger than Mitsuki? I mean, logically you would think that, but food for thought. You know, it kind of like a discussion starter there. There's one other reason why I left Kawaki behind, so I can let loose completely without deferring to him. What? What do you mean? That's between me and him. Alright. More snakes, more snakes. Ooh. Snake clones? Oh, okay, yeah. There we go. Boruto dodging, dodging. More is not necessarily better, you know. You're destroying the environment. You're the root of the problem, so just die already, for the sake of this world. Alright. I may be to blame for sure, but I can't die yet. I have a ton of things to do. Which is why I don't have time to play around. Yes, sir. Alright, so this man going through the snake clones, going for the sword, lightning chakra. Or we call it someone at the swish swish slash. Alright, the man cutting down the snake clones. Then you have Mitsuki coming in. Wait. Hold on. The panel look weird. So he cuts. Mitsuki is coming in with a kunai. Did he just like launch the sword with some lightning chakra off of it? Or he just like quick swing? So fast. What a monster. And the man is still in BS. He's not even using karma. It's crazy. Snake lightning. Alright. Thunderbolt. Wait. Hold on. I'm a bit confused in terms of how the art looks right here. Cause this man... okay. So Mitsuki goes with a snake lightning. Boruto sheets back the sword. Does some hand signs. Okay, snake lightning. Thunderbolts. Alright. Yes, they clash. Smoke. Boruto to the side. And that's pretty much it. Go ahead. Get it over with. You think you came prepared to die, when in fact it's that you've lost hope. You're feeling desperate. What? It's because your faith has been shaken. What you believe, or rather what you want to believe in, you can no longer trust. What are you talking about? Kawaki, the sun that had been illuminating you, lost its radiance at some point. Isn't that what you feel? Ino, could you pick up Mitsuki's voice too? I want to hear the full conversation. Don't be ridiculous. That would open up our conversation to them as well. It's way too risky. You don't know a thing, Boruto. You're a grudge-bearing traitor. Stop pretending to know me. But you see, I do know the current whereabouts of your son, at the very least. What? I am your son. It's that simple. How dare you? You're my son? You have some nerve. And yet, why hasn't the snake attacked me yet? Why haven't you gotten loose? You could have a few different ways. I bet you realized quite a while back that he's not it. That Kawaki's not your son. No matter how close you stick to him, he refuses to illuminate you. It can't be. That's not possible. It's natural to feel confused, yet you know it's true. For you're the only one who gets to decide what it takes to be your son. Alright. Who the hell are you? Don't worry, I have no intention of killing Kawaki. That's a misunderstanding. Though I do need to settle things with him at some point. But that's between us bros. Just the two of us. Why did you kill Lord Seventh? Lord Seventh is alive and safe. Okay. His wife too. That's all I can say right now. Boruto, what are Mitsuki? I believe you're perfectly capable of shining on your own. But if you insist on needing a son, come find me anytime. Alright. Cool. What the heck? Naruto's alive? Get yourself alone, Boruto. We need to talk. Alright. Kawaki waking up. Kawaki, where the hell is that bastard Mitsuki? So in summary, thanks to Aida's Shinjutsu omnipotence, our memories have all been rewritten to reflect what Kawaki desires. Yeah. Just so you know, don't bother trying to figure out how omnipotence actually works. You'll soon forget it anyway. What? In fact, this is far from the first time you're hearing about it. Sarada and class rep have already told you numerous times. Okay, so that kind of solves the. Hey, mom's wagon, there. That kind of solves the whole issue of, there's always this whole vibe of, yo, it really took 3 years for like Shikamaru to get to this point. So getting more of the nuance of it, it kind of, I guess, quote unquote, retroactively fixes any issues we might have had with Shikamaru necessarily needing 3 years to like get to this point. Yo, the Arashikage, Jupiter, big up, big up. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. In these fraud allegations before he can even think to fight Boruto. I don't lie, it's serious because right now it not look good at all. In fact, this is far from the first time you're hearing about it. Sarada and class rep have told you numerous times. No way. The very concept of omnipotence won't stick in your memory, ever. It fades away over time. That's part of its power. So I need you to trust that Kawaki and I switch places without any proof. Though you did figure it out on your own, that's no mean feat. It's damn impressive. How do we reverse it? We can't. Those altered memories are all real to you. Besides, even if we could, it wouldn't resolve the issues between me and him. Kawaki sealed that away in order to protect him, so there's no point unless he's satisfied and undoes it himself. Otherwise, he's just bound to do it again. If I were you, I'd be thinking about rescuing Naruto and killing Kawaki. He may want to kill me, but I don't feel the same. I just want to slug him and then make up, that's all. Alright. Alright, I hear you. But Boruto, if you have no intent to kill Kawaki, you need to understand that you'll have to continue taking false blame regarding Naruto. Seeing as omnipotence effect lies with Kawaki, I'd like to avoid making him feel cornered again, which means not exposing what he did quite yet. So you'll need to stay a fugitive. You okay with that? Man, having that Itachi energy right now. Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't expecting otherwise. It's curious, this world. The more knowledge I acquire, the more questions arise, and the more things I don't know. If anything, the knowledge reveals my ignorance. It's fascinating. By the way, it's been gradually occurring to me that none of the books here seem to hold the answers to my questions. So let's pay a visit to Uzumaki Naruto. And that's pretty much the chapter. Alright. Unlike previous months where like you get to the last page and it's like, yo, can't believe it's done already. I think this was, as per usual, decent. Again, I can see persons or, power scalers having a field day with this with this chapter. The fact that Mitsuki, Sage Mode, after 3 years, plus based on how he talks about not having Kawaki there and being able to go all out, so 100% and bloodlusted, wasn't able to defeat, or even, to be honest, I don't think Boruto really broke a sweat, dog, honestly. Like, the man, I mean, it was as expected, because last month I was saying, yo, Boruto technically should have this in the bag. I don't know, this shouldn't really be like a question, bro. like Mitsuki Sejima, yeah, definitely up there, but I'm just saying, like, Boruto, 3 years of training, being 100% Otsutsuki. It's like an Otsutsuki who's actually trained by Sasuke. Obviously, some training with Kashin Koji went on. Flying Thunder God, all these lightning styles. It just seemed like, okay, at the bare minimum, Boruto should be like as strong as Naruto was in this fight against Momoshiki. And I don't see Sage Mode Mitsuki beating Naruto. So, yeah. And then, given how things went with Code, even if you want to say the Rasengan Uzahiko was kind of like, it's kind of hacks ish. Like the fact that Code in the fight that we had in chapter 2 and 3, basically, where Code was using his karma, the same Code that's beyond Jigen, quote unquote, and like in the fight, he had it active at certain instances, and Boruto in his base was actually blocking and able to counteract him even before using Uzahiko. Is like, yeah, fam. Yeah. So the fight went as expected. When the anime comes back, I would love to have a lot of these like this scene kind of extended just a bit, but not too much, because you still kind of emphasize that Boruto is stronger than Mitsuki, and the fact that even like this man saying, "Yo, this man's a monster, dog," that is very interesting. Um, so this man is, and if you even think about the chapter, like the Mitsuki backstory chapter with Orochimaru, the fact that Mitsuki blitz Orochimaru, and then you have that Mitsuki with like 3-4 years more experience and training is saying like Boruto is so fast. It's ridiculous. And the fact that this man still isn't using karma, I'm kind of curious to see what is the nuance, what is the power play, what is the setup for Boruto when it comes on to him and Momoshiki right now. Like what's the quote unquote nine tail situation? Like when Naruto came back after the time skip, and it's like, okay, the seal is deteriorating, his emotions are flaring up much easier, and we have the issue of if he goes 4 tails, what is the situation with Boruto? It kind of has me asking that question. What is his equivalent when it comes on to this? So there's that. So the fight itself, I thought was decent in terms of choreography. Nothing like super crazy. As I said, Boruto didn't break a sweat. Pretty one-sided. Um, Again, I do like, as we continue, it's like each chapter will get more and more nuance when it comes on to the omnipotence, which would explain the issue a lot of us were having when it comes on to Shikamaru. The character's taking so long to actually, you know, do something or get to this point, specifically even Shikamaru. And what I think as well is that even though we kind of knew this already, because obviously they would have had pictures in the house, obviously the omnipotence kind of forces things back, but to get that somewhat confirmed in terms of having your memory switch, it's like, okay, I like that they state it and don't leave it up to assumption based on the audience interpretation and all of that. So I definitely like that for the most part. Now, the fight aside and rectifying the 3-year issue as well, I do like that the pacing and keeping the momentum in terms of the tension is something that's in place, and we see that with the Shinju at the end of the chapter here in terms of them reading, getting more knowledge, and of course they're going to go after Naruto essentially. So it kind of keeps that tension going as we go into chapter 8 and beyond. So it's kind of like the pacing is just really good. I'm not gonna lie, balancing all these things between the tension, getting more when it comes on to fighting and the characters, because even having that tension, or like, oh, that the next thing to look forward to as we go into chapter 8, what I like is through the fight with Mitsuki now, right? With Boruto highlighting his doubts, courtesy of the omnipotence and how Kawaki's acting. We'll probably get more of a Mitsuki-esque arc, or it's going to be like one of the ongoing, plot threads essentially going forward. Because, yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, Boruto's your son, yada 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 yada. But what does it mean for Boruto to be your son? Why was Boruto picked specifically? Like, I need more details, because going back to the Orochimaru flashback, it's like, yo, yeah, he had this book at the end of the Mitsuki's story, and Boruto, he came to the village, he got to know Boruto, etc etc. But it feels like, I don't want to say contrived, but it just feels like there needs to be much more there. And having this fight and the result of it, and Boruto kind of, you know, putting these thoughts in Mitsuki's head, or at least highlighting them and emphasizing them, like the thoughts are already there because of his notes with Kawaki. At least we'll get to know or connect with Mitsuki as a character more, and feel like his dynamic or relationship with Boruto develop the substance to it a bit more, make it seem a bit more worthwhile. You know, like back in the day, you say like, oh, Naruto and Sasuke are best friends, but and they are, but you know, like at some points, I'm sure all of us have kind of questioned it, like, really? You sure Shikamaru and Choji, who are there like as classroom buddies, like you sure these guys aren't his best friend and not Sasuke? So it kind of feels like the dynamic between Mitsuki and Boruto needs that additional substance, and I think this chapter kind of helps set that in place. So that's going to be interesting. So that's what you guys are saying here. Wait, Sid, Wagwam, nothing really I said in the stream. Bro, Code is stronger than Jigen and Boruto easily beat him. This would put base Boruto above Jigen and Code, who are stronger than Naruto and Sasuke. In the end, this fight ended the way I expected. I was expecting to learn Kabuto Sage Jutsu techniques. For me, I was kind of hoping we'd get like some, I don't know, like at one point I was thinking maybe the fight could go on for this chapter and next chapter, and probably at this some point in this chapter like Mitsuki would reveal like, yo, I was training with Orochimaru at some point, may have this secret technique in my back pocket or something, and we'd probably continue the fight into chapter 8, and then what would have happened is that we'd get just the initial look into what the dynamic is between Momoshiki and Boruto, and the new system when it comes on to Boruto using karma. Just a little inkling. I was expecting something like that, but outside of that, yeah, the chapter went for the most part how I expected it to. So there is definitely that. Now, outside of that, right? The question now, since Kawaki is awake, the question is what he going to do? And given how things are going with Ada, I'm sure Ada's not stupid. She's actually been, you know, steadily, you know, realizing that this guy isn't really going to be my knight in shining armor in the long term, and that's kind of like a gradual progression towards it. So I'm wondering if what Ada is going to advise Kawaki of now, and what the next step she's going to take, and I mean what's Boruto going to do now. And that's the next thing, because all in all it depends on even like when the Shinju even get to the village. Does Boruto leave now? Do the Shinju invade and then he senses and come back? Do we take the focus off Boruto for a bit and just focus on like Mitsuki and Kawaki and some of the persons in the village, and then we have Boruto come back? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what the next move is for the most part. But bruh, Boruto is busted, honestly. Busted. This man, yo, I know like some persons were kind of hesitant to say, yo, this one like stronger than Baryon mode, but I don't know, man. He just he just might be, unless it's some weird case where, you know, like on some Ultimate Gohan type of thing where he's actually harnessing the full power of Momoshiki at all times, or whatever the case may be, and he doesn't have to necessarily activate karma, like, you know, Ultimate Gohan at least back in the day. Oh, I don't have to transform into a Super Saiyan anymore. I'm at my maximum power at all times, essentially. So unless it's some weird case like that, maybe. Who knows? But if there's anything this chapter has taught me, is that, again, we can't expect to see like past characters anytime soon. Or any at all. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems to me if we're going to get like legacy characters outside of like Naruto, Sasuke, right now, and Shikamaru and Ino, like the release schedule would have to change. It would have to change. I know we would say bi-weekly, but honestly, I would even be good with every 3 weeks. Honestly, that would be a bit better. Like every 3 weeks, I mean, we do like what, 45 pages, or like 43 to 44 pages every week, every month. Drop it to, I don't know, 35 pages. Well, would that be or something? I don't know. But that's the only way. But I thought this was a decent chapter. As per usual, I think Kishimoto, which it pains me to have to be saying quote unquote Kishimoto every month, but I think he balanced things, all the elements of the chapter pretty well. You know, keeping the tension and the stakes up with the Shinju still being present in the chapter and then making their move against Naruto, I guess starting next chapter. Um get a good look into the power scaling when it comes on to Boruto and Mitsuki, but at the same time setting things up through the fight with Mitsuki having a potential arc going forward in the story to kind of at least strengthen our connection between the connection between him and us, the readers, and given the relationship that he has with Boruto and what it means to be the son more depth, because I think that definitely needs more depth. And again, Sarada, Mitsuki, again, big characters, major players in Team 7. They've needed that spotlight from pre-time skip manga wise. They had one and two scenes, but I think this continues to develop the foundation of what we want to see from those characters, which is going to lead to the story feeling more dynamic at least. So there's that. So I definitely like that. And of course it's like a domino effect. It's going to put things more pressure on Kawaki, because how is Mitsuki going to act around Kawaki now? Is he going to eventually leave the village and join Boruto? A few questions. And of course, it's, you know, things are kind of closing in on Kawaki, even though Shikamaru is saying that, yo, we don't want to kind of corner him just yet. So it's going to be interesting. But the fact that the Shinju are going to be coming to the village, probably that's going to put a little pressure or haste on Shikamaru's plan to, you know, not reveal that Naruto's alive just yet. So the chaos and the piercing is it's a nice blend. So I love how it's going so far. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Yeah, okay. Put that here. Put myself over here. So yeah. Oh, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for the chapter. I mean, the art is the art as per usual. It's just repetitive. I mean, yeah, Ikimoto's improved from since day one, but yeah, it's still no Kishimoto, but you know, it's more than serviceable. So yeah, bro. I mean, Boruto. I mean, how strong? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just stuck on how strong this man is, fam. Like, yo, it is actually crazy. And I guess in turn, we now have to kind of question, like, how strong are they, the sentient Shinju, really and truly? Because if, if I mean, Boruto had to retreat, I mean, for good reason, because if they had bit him like once, it would be like game over. But you have to kind of question it, like, how strong are they? So I don't know. I I don't know if you guys are up for just talking for a bit on Discord. Hold on, because this is crazy. Doop 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 doop. So I'll hang around for a bit. Hold on. Doop 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 doop. For anyone that wants to really like jump in to Discord and talk about the chapter just a bit. I mean, we haven't been going long. It's been 31 minutes since the stream started, and yeah. But so yeah, link is in the description to the Discord. Anybody wants to join the voice channel? Yeah. By the way, I noticed something. Sure, go ahead, Jupiter. What did you notice? Boy, Jupiter seems like it's a whole essay you're writing for this one. But I'm curious to hear what you noticed. Um, but with how things are going, I'm wondering because all right. I was watching. I'm not even going to like pretend, but yeah, I was watching for Neverworld's, his friend of a news section, and I was hearing him talk about like the fact that Boruto Two Blue Vortex Volume One isn't selling so hot. So, but Boruto has an appreciation for the environment. Do you think it might be an indication that he's interested in becoming a sage? Oh, hmm. You know me, I'm the Kool-Aid guy. I like to be nuanced and not tell you yes or no. But that is interesting. I could look at it that one of three ways. It could be that, yes, that could be one. It could be two, the fact that, yeah, you're kind of outside the village, but it's still kind of close to home. Or it could be three, it could just be like a subtle way of Boruto acknowledging that, yo, Mitsuki, I know you, fam. You destroying. Even though I can't recall like Mitsuki like necessarily having this fond love for nature per se, but it could be like a subtle acknowledgement of Boruto knowing that Mitsuki is that type of person. It could be that as well. But yeah, it could be that. Honestly. R4, we could just be thinking too much into it. You never know. Because alright, yeah, if he's becoming a sage, right? I mean, what would be generally what would really be the benefits? Because alright, yeah, natural energy, nature, sage chakra and everything. But if I'm thinking about this right, in terms of Shinjutsu and everything from like six parts characters, apart from like, the cyborgs like Code and Kashin Koji and well, Koji's a sage, but apart from a few select characters like Otsutsuki in general, wouldn't you not say that they generally fight with like having natural energy in their attacks with Shinjutsu? Robert is the Shippuden 100% invincible. Yo! Put that in. Bro, like the man that even break a sweat, bro. I'm surprised the man not even pull out a Kirin. I say that. Yo. Bro, like, I don't think you guys realize, like, Boruto did not break a sweat against Mitsuki, dog. It's actually crazy. Yo. But yeah, you guys have a point, though. It's interesting that he does bring up the nature thing. But I think it could definitely be, like, one of the three things I was saying. Could be like, okay, just a subtle acknowledgement of, yo, Mitsuki is like that, why are you doing this? Or two is like, yo, it's still kind of close to home, fam. But I guess we'll see in time. I mean, one eye. True. That is true. That's true. Because the thing is, I would imagine if he goes to like Karma level 2, we can get that Byakugan eye. So but one of the points I was gonna make when I was talking about the whole Forever World thing is that Two Blue Vortex in terms of volume 1 apparently sales aren't so hot. So I'm kinda wondering, I'm kinda thinking about the point he was making in this video in terms of if Two Blue Vortex will go on for a long time. Granted, when on Manga Plus, because I know we're in an era now where we kinda have to not only take into consideration physical sales, but how things are going digitally. The fact that Two Blue Vortex for the last month or two has been in the #1 spot on Manga Plus, I'm wondering if Shueisha are going to take that into consideration, because it seems I get the vibe that they're taking the West and how the West perceives things in terms of popularity and sales into consideration now more than ever before in the past. So I'm wondering. So even if physical sales that are reported aren't so hot, the fact that this thing is in the number one spot has to like be saying something. Um, what are your thoughts on the Jogan being electromagnetic in nature since electromagnetism is a building block of life? Electromagnetism. Hmm. I mean, it probably could tie into the whole fighting style that Boruto has now because he is using a lot of lightning based attacks. Um, hmm. I guess every eye technique has to have a weird quirk, right? I guess it depends on how we would use it choreography wise, how they would go about it. You can go in more detail with that for me. Hmm. Let me see. If I can find Boruto Two Blue Vortex sales. Okay, as per our account, the Boruto Two Blue Vortex manga has sold 31,000 copies since the release of the recent chapter. Oh, when was this article? Hmm. February 10. Yeah, so basically just volume 1. Listen, list of Boruto chapters. I want to see how they're packaging. If it's like the first 4 chapters would be volume 1. Yeah, first 4. So, well on, if the first 4, thinking about it, that means we're ending another volume next month. And if something crazy needs to happen, all right, let's go to back to shit. I can't go back to chapter 4. I'm gonna have to use like a different site. Okay, hold on. Boruto TBV chapter 4. Okay. Chapter 4 had, of course, the Shinju. Honestly, if the end of a volume is anything to go by, something nice and crazy is going to be happening for chapter 8. Yeah, I had that Shinju reveal, and they reveal a tree case final form. The comment I'm saying is OP. Look at Spectrum. Make a Rambo. Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hmm. I mean, it could be, but I mean, do we need to really make make Boruto that much more powerful, dog? The man is seemingly Gucci right now, but it depends on what point they're gonna really include or involve or introduce the Jogan. Yo, William, what's up? What's up? Welcome, people. Of course, like up the stream. 10 likes, 18 persons here. Probably should let's switch over to probably this. Hold on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that can work. True, have the chat just all over my face here, so. Okay, probably can't adjust this. Yeah, I mean, if I actually find a way to position this thing better. Hold on. If I put you behind, I guess that can work. Hey, William, Wagwan. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah, man, we were just here seeing Boruto being Boruto naturally. But, in terms of like Drogon electromagnetism, I mean, if it's going to be tying into like the story that Kishimoto wants to tell narratively in terms of Boruto as a character, I'm big on that. Like how persons these days are big on like Sarada's ability has to be something tied to what she went through, who she is as a person, because I even though it does seem like Two Blue Vortex is doing okay. Sales are okay based on what we've found. 31,000 for the first volume essentially so far. Well, that was in the first 3 days when the volume became like available. Hard to say what it is now, but I think in every aspect, whether it be abilities or something, there has to be like something tied to the greater story, just to have let the story have some more depth as possible. Because between where the manga is now and I know I had predicted the anime coming back next year, um, but even based on a video I watched from Naruto explained yesterday, I mean, I'm starting to agree with him. Maybe it might be like 2027 before the anime comes back. Who knows? But I just want it to be a case where everything is set up, all factors, all aspects of the story, like adds massive depth to it. Nothing should be like some superficial thing, right? Because again, I think persons who are getting into Boruto realize, yeah, it's not bad, but it needs everything it can get going forward. Yeah, the volumes are extra in it, or it's just chapters put together. Based on the wiki, William, it seems more like it's just take out the chat. It just look extra here, so it seems like it's just the chapters, but I don't know that for sure. I haven't seen anybody post anything like, oh, there's this extra thing in volume 1 of Boruto Two Blue Vortex. I haven't seen anything like that. So, yeah. This one had small info from what I understand. Okay, okay. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything on the official Naruto website? Okay, just sneak peek. Nothing crazy. Yeah, nothing crazy. Oh, what kind of information? I think I did glimpse something, Arashikage. What kind of information? They posted most of the thing was a bit on omnipotence. Yeah. Maybe if I go to Twitter. Or if you can post the link. Doop, 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 doop. I do not remember my password. Oh, of course. Yeah, it's not gonna work out. Clearly. Clearly. Something wrong. Alright. Twitter gets scrapped. Let me see if I can browse by my phone. See if I find anything of substantial worth here. Even this new jutsu, like before me even go back to Twitter there. Even the jutsu that Boruto used. Thunder, Snake Lightning, Thunderbolt. Yeah, this man too OP. That's all I'm saying. It's too OP. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. If I actually just take a look on see if I find anything in terms of Boruto Volume 1 on Twitter. Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. Not just another aura, but stronger. Well, yeah, it does have that Thunderbolt aura, right? But it's just Thunderbolts at this point. And even though his positioning of it, right? Because the man he does the hand signs, and then it's not like it's interesting because with Thunderbolt Hour he would usually do the forward throw, but for this, it's like the man just have it like, and then it just matches Mitsuki. It's interesting. Maybe the translation, yeah, it could be. So given how, like, I guess it might be hard to tell, but how do you guys think, like, someone like Mitsuki would fare against Code, really and truly? Because even going back to the dialogue, right? I'm wondering. Even starting to wonder: is Mitsuki stronger than Kawaki? Yeah, that could be it for real too. Um, because I can't let myself get killed. Don't miss it. If he doesn't understand me, neither do you. So this point is pointless. So I can let loose completely without deferring to him. Because based on how this sounds, it seems to me like it's implying like, you know, Mitsuki has sparred with Kawaki before, maybe, but maybe he's like held back. So it just doesn't look good on Kawaki. Honestly, they're obviously stronger. One on one, I'd say it's even unless you think Code can move as fast as Boruto with his claw marks. Fair point. Fair point. Boruto, I tell you. Hold on, the single panel debunks all the plot holes Omnipotence had. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alright, so yeah, somebody here is saying like, yeah, the panel where you have Boruto talking to Shikamaru in terms of it debunking or resolving the issues that Omnipotence had. Yeah, it does. So let me even go back to that one. Because I know all of us had that issue. If you're talking about the poison, that's like asking to restaurant and touching. Fair point, fair point. Fair point. Boros virus. True, true. Agreed, William. Bros, I mean, alright. Any predictions for next chapter? That's the next thing now. Because with how this chapter went, I'm expecting a nice heavy focus on the Shinju for next chapter. The Shinju, Kawaki, and Ada, and probably just a bit of Boruto and Kashin Koji. That's how I'm looking at it for next chapter in terms of setup. But I'm hoping, well, this and the pacing, I don't think it's going to be a case where it's at the end of next chapter is like, oh, the Shinju show up to be continued. I think they're gonna actually make their way. You know, space-time ninjutsu, well, Shinjutsu. Need some Koji, bro. Yeah, Koji needs to be in next chapter, bro. Definitely needs to be in the next chapter. Cause we need some answers, bro. We need some answers, definitely. But I can definitely see Koji having like a discussion with Boruto, and then the Shinju show up, and then they have to go. But I think Kawaki needs some decent screen time as well for next chapter, because right now everything is kind of closing in on Kawaki, slowly but surely. I know we'd want to say, oh, this is going to play out for a while, but the Shinju, naturally, like logically, it's going to kind of just rip the band-aid off in terms of keeping the fact that, you know, Naruto is alive secret. So yeah, definitely that. I'm interested in seeing what Boruto is going to do next. So there's that. And it would also be interesting if the next time Boruto comes face to face with the Shinju, if we get like some Momoshiki, you know, dialogue or something. Because again, it's been like next chapter is gonna make 2 volumes, and you're telling we don't hear one single word from Momoshiki. Oh no, yeah, that's a bit weird, to say the least. To say the least. So, yeah. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty hungry. I need to go get a look about something to eat. I don't see anybody joining the Discord, so yeah. Yeah, probably Momo is just like, yo, dog, I had my big prediction with this whole seeing the future and it didn't work out. So yeah, I'm just gonna be quiet and stay silent for now, for the foreseeable future. So there is definitely that. And then there is still the matter of code. in terms of what he's going to be doing. Given that the next chapter is the end of the volume, to be honest, I think we'll get a little bit of everything for next chapter. The Shinju will be the main thing, I feel. We'll get Kawaki and his interactions with Ada and the village, like as a close second. We'll get a bit of Boruto and Koji, I feel. Get just a little answers to any potential questions we have about how we survived. Maybe, just maybe. And who knows, maybe we'll have Code just in the distance on some random cliff watching the Shinju attack the village or something like that. But, the nuance of it as well is that, yeah, they do want to consume Naruto, but, I mean, even the fact that this man is reading a book, bro, like, it's giving heavy, and I think this is obvious. Everybody would probably agree with it. It's giving heavy, like, yeah, these aren't going to be the final persons. Clearly, these aren't the final antagonists, so to speak. And even their allegiance it's open to change. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting, honestly. But, could be wrong. We'll see how it pans out for next chapter. Anyway, I think that's it for real this time. Just to make this stream / review easier for persons who will be watching it later. Less than an hour, so I think that's acceptable. I guess if there's anything we missed, we can talk about in the end of month subscriber stream or some other video, give or take. But yeah. Anyway, Sanjae Uchiha. Yeah, Sanjae Uchiha. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Boruto video. Alright, any final thoughts before I go? From everyone, I guess. Chapter rating, final thoughts. See them in the chat before I go. Eatings. Bless William. Yes. Alright. I think that's pretty much it. Alright. See you guys.